Politics today are full of mudslingings. I'm going to address this just to the county judges. Politics today are full of mudslingings. Can you discuss admirable qualities about your opponents? If so, what? We all know there's a lot of mudslinging going on in this race, in other races. Of course, the greatest thing about America is, number one, we can all get together, we can talk, we can visit, we can be civil, and the greatest thing is all of these guys up here are trying to do what's good for Brown County. Okay? It's just not easy being up here and being a candidate and facing all of your questions. So, I think that's kind of a good question. I'm going to open it up to Mr. Cooksey first. What do you see and admire in the candidates that are sitting next to you?
I got 2 minutes. I need about 5 for running. Well, I'll tell you something about Mr. Lappy that you may not know. I don't think Mr. Lappy, as a lawyer or even as an individual, could cheat anybody or even harm a fly. And I'll give you an example of a story he told one time in which he was telling me that he tried to write a lady a check. Was left in an escrow account. It was about $2. You remember this story? And he sent it to her and sent it to, you know, and she would cash this $2 check and lived way out the lake. And finally he drove out there with another check and handed it to her because he had to clear that escrow account out so he wouldn't get in trouble. Heck of a guy. Mr. Lehman, I hardly know Mr. Lehman. He seems certainly like a decent fella. Judge West, I like his gray hair because I'm getting a little myself, so there you go.
Thank you. Ronnie?
Make it good.
I guess I know Judge West most of all. Practice in front of him. Sometimes if he makes a decision that when I'm on a case and I disagree at the time, but I believe he's handled himself well in the office and made good legal decisions. Mr. Lehman, I know from his service on the school board and things, he's been a dedicated person for respect to agriculture in this community. And Mr. Cooksey, I just met this year. I know he's been a teacher, and it takes a lot for anybody to be a teacher and help our kids. I guess those are the things I would say about each of the candidates.
Mr. Lehman?
I have great respect for Judge West. He's served our county 17 years. Last one of these forums, me and him shook hands at the end of it, and we vowed we would do no mudslinging, and we have stayed with that. I even have a radio commercial that says, I'm not going to be involved in slinging mud. If I can't win it on my own merits, I don't deserve it. And that's the truth, folks. Mr. Lappy's been JP for years. I've never had a problem with him. He's a fine, respectable feller. Mr. Cooksey, he's dedicated much of his time, and I respect that, for checking on records and stuff that I haven't seen or know nothing really about, but I know he spent a lot of time doing a lot of work in the county hunting for maybe where we're not doing what we should be doing or we should be doing. I can't comment either way which he should be doing, but I have respect for all three of these gentlemen in the greatest, I assure you. Thank you.
Judge West?
Thank you. I suppose other than our parallel rural backgrounds, I don't know Lewis personally. We have met casually. He is an honorable man, and as a Brown County citizen, and I think he reflects, as do I, the personality of this county. We are a rural county and we're friends. I have known Ronnie since we were probably 12 years old. Ronnie is a couple of years younger than I. He graduated in probably 74, 75 from high school, and he came back to practice law here shortly after I did, and I've known him since. And he too is an honest and honorable man. With regard to Mr. Cooksey, I will say this. I've said it before. Mr. Cooksey has said before that he has the right to question his elected officials. And I disagree. I insist that he has the responsibility to question elected officials. That's about all I can say as far as the personalities of these men. I haven't known Mr. Cooksey, of course, as well as I know Ronnie, nor been acquainted as long as I have Lewis. I think the most important element of a county judge is his character, and that is whether he is running for office or whether he is sitting behind the bench. And I will always commit myself to serving you in a way that you can be proud that I'm your county judge.
Thank you, Judge.